What's good, y'all? Jeff Lightsy Jr. and I'm back. It has been way too long since I've been on YouTube. I took some time off. I've grown as a person, grown as a just everything in my professional career, in my life. Just everything has evolved since the last time y'all saw me. But I am back and I'm here to stay. 2020 is the year that I'm here to stay, and I will be more consistent. I promise on everything. Now that all that is out the way. I'm here to talk about sports. Sports is all I do, is what I talk about. I'm a sportscaster in profession, and I love sports. I've been doing this for over 5 years. But now, get all that out the way. Okay, now we're here to talk about what's happening in the world of sports. And today, some of the biggest news is the Dallas Cowboys have hired Mike McCarthy as their head coach. Now, Mike McCarthy was the head coach of the Green Bay Packers for 13 years, right? He kind of wore out as well. He's a Super Bowl champion. Let's not exclude that, because once you win a Super Bowl, it's like being a doctor. It's like being a lawyer. You being a president. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will always be known as Dr. So-and-so, or the lawyer so-and-so, or President, Mr. President, right? So Mike McCarthy is a Super Bowl champion. But he did have Aaron Rodgers, right? Now, a lot of people are trying to answer whether this is the right hire or whatever. I don't know. It's a tough question. The reason why is because Mike McCarthy basically was ran out of Green Bay after winning a bunch of games. Had I think a 600 win percentage, but he was ran out of Green Bay because his offense was stale. Right, he had one of the best throwers of the football in modern history, right? And Aaron Rodgers, couple times MVP, a Super Bowl champion, a Super Bowl MVP, but he was ran out of there because, one, his defenses underperformed. They never lived up to what they were supposed to be, and two, his offense was stale. You saw the Patrick Mahomes, you saw the Carson Wentz and the Doug Peterson style offense, the Sean McVays, and these guys, and Mike McCarthy was behind the eight ball. Like, their offense did not look anything like those guys, right, at that time, and Aaron Rodgers was very critical. Like, he came out and blasted his head coach on several occasions, and they had a lot of friction between the two. And he would be mad because Aaron would audible out of his plays, right? Like, Mike McCarthy was the play caller. You send a play in, and Aaron Rodgers is like, all right, yeah, I'm doing my own thing. So that was one of the main reasons why he was ran out of Green Bay. And the reason Jason Garrett was ran out of Dallas was kind of like the same thing, right? Like, because Dallas Cowboys fans were like, our offense is stale. We have Zeke, Amari Cooper, Dak Prescott, and we can't score points. You know, we lose games to the Patriots 13-9, or we lose divisional games to the Eagles because we can't score 2 touchdowns, right? So that on that side of things is why I think this is a very interesting hire. Now, McCarthy is on record on saying that he has hired some analytics guys, and he is going to bring in this new wave and get some young, fresh blood in there on his coaching staff to make his offense more innovative and more like the guys that we see that are scoring a bunch of points, like the Lamar Jackson, Greg Roman. I mean, John Harbaugh did this with Lamar Jackson. He cultivated his offense around one player, got a coordinator that could do it, because he had Marty Morningweg just last year. And he's like, this ain't I don't like what we doing. So I'm going to go out and get Greg Roman. I'm going to go out and get tight ends like Mark Andrews, Boyle. The other day I had 3 tight ends. I'm going to go out and get a speedy receiver and Marquise Brown in the draft. My defense is going to be good because the Ravens have always historically had great defenses. I'm going to cultivate my offense around this one player, and we're going to make plays. And I'm interested to see what Mike McCarthy is able to do, because he has pieces. There's pieces there. You have all pros on the offensive line. You have an all-pro running back. You have Dak Prescott, who was second in the league in passing. You have an offense that, in yards, I think was top 5 in yards, right? Like, Dak Prescott threw for over 4,000 yards this year. So you have the pieces there. Can you make your offense more adept, make it look more like the Saints and the Chiefs and the Ravens? I mean, not necessarily the Ravens, but, the Rams in years past, and not like what we saw in Green Bay. Another interesting thing about Mike McCarthy and why this hire is also interesting is because McCarthy missed the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers last year there. He was fired. He was shipped out of town. And now Green Bay is the number 1 seed, or not the number 1 seed, but is hosting a playoff game. They are a lot better. They won 13 games this year. Now, granted, their offense wasn't much better. This guy that they're supposed to bring in was supposed to be Matt LaFleur, who was supposed to be an offensive guy. But their defense got more short, and they won 12, 13 games. So he didn't leave a mess. It's really, and for the Dallas Cowboys with Jerry Jones, I really thought he was going to go out and make a big splash hire. I thought he was going to get a Lincoln Riley. I thought he was going to give Urban Meyer a call. I thought he was going to go after Matt Rule over it's now with the Carolina Panthers. So it's all very, very interesting. I'm waiting to see what Mike McCarthy is able to do. And you got Zeke, you got Mike McCarthy, a guy who's never really ran the ball, but you have Zeke, and you have an offensive line built to run the ball. It's going to be so crazy. And not to mention that is owed some money. Dak has no contract right now, so you have to figure that stuff out. You got to figure the Dak thing out. Well, no, the Dak thing's figured out. You got to pay Dak. You got to pay Dak. That means you're going to lose some pieces, and you still have to make this offense innovative, right? Kellen Moore, were second passing, but they still didn't look like the offense that we wanted to see. So you got a decision on Kellen Moore. You got to pay Dak. And you got to fix some things in Dallas and right some ships that Jason Garrett in nearly a decade wasn't able to make happen. You can't be an 8-8 team running the Dallas Cowboys. It's very, very interesting. It's going to be crazy to see what Mike McCarthy is able to do down in Dallas. I am excited to see what he does, and I'm excited to be back on YouTube. I'm excited to be with you guys. Please like and subscribe. Continue to follow my journey throughout 2020 because I'm going to be way more consistent. I'm going to be on top of this now. I'm here to stay. Thanks for watching. It's Jeff Lightsy Jr. Peace.